Hello, it's Lisa here from Me and Connor G Journals, and you are tuning in to my very first Plan With Me video. So yeah, I have never ever thought about doing a Plan With Me before, but this month, I just thought I'd try and see what happens. So we are starting with spooky season, October. Um, and this month I have decided to go for a Scream movie theme. Myself and my son Connor have been watching the Scream movies on and off for the last little while, and it's just kind of pulled me back to some of that nostalgia from when I was younger when they were first out. And with it obviously being October and Halloween and other spooky holidays and things like that coming up, I thought this would be quite a cool one to do. So I don't know how much you can see with regards to this particular pencil line situation here, is that I had actually messed up with my pencil line, so I had to go in and recorrect that with the lettering when I was doing the outline there. I just hadn't pulled the insidey bits of the E back far enough. But that's easily corrected. At least it was only in pencil and not in the pen line. And yeah, we're just outlining everything just now in I believe it's a 05 Uniball or Unipin marker pen here to give me all the easy outlines, and then we'll go in and fill in the rest of the detail once the outlining's done. So yeah, and I always find it really difficult to work out where to start my pen from. I don't know if anyone else feels the kind of same. But when you're doing, or when I am anyway, doing different lines and things like that, I find it really difficult to work out where the pen line actually should start, to get a comfortable angle to finish it all off. But yeah, so we're just coming up to the end of the iconic ghost face mask, which, has to be done as the cover because it's such an amazing it's been such an iconic image, that hasn't it, for years. And even now, if you think about the amount of kids that run about in ghost face masks, even before the most recent Scream movies came out. Again, you'll see that previously I had actually forgotten to put in the nose, which looked a little bit too plain. So once I put my pen down, I realised that, and then went in and filled that in again as well. This page took me far too long to do. I wish I had just went on and cut out the shapes in black paper rather than going through and colouring it all. But you live and learn, don't you? And hindsight is a wonderful thing. I'm now moving on to my calendar page, and Scream has that so many stab scenes, so many knife scenes, that I couldn't miss that knife out of my journal spreads at all. So I had to dedicate the whole calendar page to the knife. And again, if you're aware of Scream, you'll know that they made a movie called Stab within the movie, which also kind of alludes to this knife as well. Again, just going in with the Uniball pen, outlining everything to then go through and fill in the colours and things like that afterwards. I don't use a ruler for my straight lines, purely because I just don't like that smudging that you get when the ink from the pen comes off onto the ruler. And if you forget to wash it after you've used it, you can end up with quite a mess on your page just for no reason. So yeah, just filling in all these lines on the boxes. And apologies for the way the camera moves. I didn't realise this while I was doing it, but the camera clearly keeps focusing on different parts when I'm moving. Um, so something new there. But it's cool, it works. We're just getting to the end of the filling in the boxes for the calendar page now, and then we'll go in and see the coloured areas and things like that, which thankfully I sped up because that would just be extremely tedious filling all of that in. Now we're moving on to the habits, and this amazing, I can't remember where I found it, but I saw this image, I believe it was on Pinterest that I saw, and I'll try to find it again and tag the person in it that I saw this on. But this phone image, that iconic, you know, that those of us who are old enough to remember these kind of things, these 90s phones, the big chunky cordless phones, and this is the one, sort of like that beginning scene in Scream where Drew Barrymore is, you know, the first victim of the killers. Spoiler alert if nobody's seen it yet. But yeah, we're just going in and going through this line in here as well, and again in just a few minutes we'll speed up everything and clear through clear through all the colours and stuff. The pens that I am using for this spread are Decotime Aqua markers, and I got these from, where did I buy them again? I bought them in B&M. So those of you in the UK may be able to find those in your local B&M store. They're quite good, I'm not going to lie. They seem to have a decent enough pigment in them. They seem to, you know, give a good colour and things like that. And it seems to have worked quite well. This phone, when I was drawing this initially, when I was sketching it out, I found getting the angles and things like that, because it is so chunky and because it is an older style phone, it's not easy to remember how these things really looked in real life and things like that. So trying to get the angles and so on right, and getting the buttons in the right position and things like that, and I ended up just kind of giving up and making it up as I went along, which works, you know. Again, just this block lettering. I tried to actually find the correct font for Scream, but everything that I write doesn't have the right letters to give me the exact, you know, the point that's in the movie. So it's just all block lettering that's coming in this, so makes it a little bit easier, I suppose, with regards to you know, the uniformity of the lettering and things like that. This bit here was quite fun, although it did take quite a little while for the ink to come off my hands. But what I was doing here was just to try to give it a look of, you know, someone's bloody hand on the phone. Because I had coloured the tips of my fingers in that lovely red marker and just smooshed them over the page. to give it that idea. I didn't write in what I'm tracking on that page either, because I'm not 100% sure of exactly what I am tracking yet. And I'll go through that and work that out at a later date. This next spread that we are doing is the first weekly. So you'll be happy to know that you're coming towards the end of this video and the end of my dulcet tones. So for my weekly spreads, I had kind of hoped that I could manage to pick some iconic death scenes or just scenes in general from some of the movies to give us just to give it a bit of a cool aesthetic, let's say, for each one. So this week I chose the first movie, and chose the garage door death scene. Now, the drawing on this is not fantastic. It's not perfect, particularly the hand. And again, angles. I'm not an artist by any way, shape, or form. I am just your average Joe who likes to draw. And maybe within the next few months, years, my drawing ability will increase because I'm challenging myself a little bit more. But yeah, so I guessed as best as I could with regards to this image, and effectively just took it from there. But this is just one of those scenes that is pretty cool, so I thought let's go for it, and let's draw this one. So again, we're just going in with the Unipin, drawing through all the outlines, and then we will go in with the colour in just a minute. Hands are so difficult. I have no idea how to draw hands, so I would appreciate anyone's tips, if they have any, to give me an idea as to what I'm actually, how to do that. Yeah, you'll have seen me kind of just hovering above the image of the body there to work out whether or not I needed to draw in the cat door, but I decided not to, because this is effectively supposed to be the garage door having been lifted up and crushing her. Again, spoiler alert if no one's seen the movie before. So yeah, we are just going in and filling in all the colours now, and taking it from there. And that's the end of our spread. So we'll just have a quick flip through. Whoops. That's the one. Thanks for watching, guys.